So we're here today to talk about a really important issue in Kansas, which is water and the challenges that water presents relative to farming in local communities. Today I have with me a local farmer, Steve Davis, and also from Research and Extension, one of our associate professors of water resource management, a water resource engineer, Jonathan Aguilar. So Steve, can you tell us what kind of a farmer you are and tell us what the challenge is specifically in this part of the state relative to water, and maybe what are some of your concerns about the future?
So we farm about 4,500 acres. We are a row crop, primarily row crop farm. So we've been relying on the help of Jonathan and some of the people that he works with to come up with better ways that we can be more efficient on the farm. Our allotment on most of our wells is somewhere around 190 acre feet. This one in particular has 168 acre feet. That's enough to grow a crop most years if we have a little help from Mother Nature, but sometimes it's just not. And we've kind of been in a dry season lately, and so it's not quite enough. We are real blessed to have a lot of water where we are right now, but we know that west of us, it continues to decline, and we're declining a little bit too, not nearly as rapidly as they are, but we are declining.
So Jonathan, tell us a little bit about the kind of research that you're doing to be able to preserve this important resource. And as you do, also talk about important technologies of today and potentially important technologies of tomorrow.
One of the ways that the farmers are really coping out is to use less water with the allocation that they have, partly because of the lithology or because of some kind of allocation. So us in the KState Research and Extension are trying to help them out in terms of figuring out, is there a way to better use that water, to make sure that that water that they are pumping out of the ground is able to get into the crop and be able to become a yield that they could cash on later on. And so, and eventually that could feed us later on. So that's what we are talking about.
So talk about how this relationship exists. How does that relationship work?
It starts from our research plot. Our research plot are good enough to be able to control most of the parameters there. However, farmers would always say that, hey, it doesn't account for a bigger management that we have. And so there are programs that we try to reach out to the farmers. One of them was the water technology farm, wherein we were able to bring out the research that we are doing in our research plot and put it in a bigger context. We did have several farms here under that water technology farm.
So we've got a great opportunity, I think, this year legislatively. We're hoping for and we're expecting support for a water institute. What kind of research and engagement would you like to expand on?
Yeah, so the issue of water is not just a single regarding the engineering or the application itself. It's actually a multifaceted. So we would like to have to involve as much people as possible, because yes, Steve is actually here irrigating it, but but once he goes out of this field, he has to deal with the other aspect of farming. If you know that you have the data coming in right, some farmers would say that they could sleep well. So there is actually a health benefit to it as well, to be able to say that they could shut off the system and they could sleep well, knowing that they based it on a good information. So I think the engagement process from our perspective would be to engage more farmers and to be able to really reach out to them in whatever method that we could possibly do.
So there's no doubt about it. Water resource management, I think, is one of the most important issues in Kansas. But I also hope that you see that it's going to take a partnership. It's going to take a partnership between research and extension and engagement and the farmer to be able to utilize these new technologies for economic prosperity that we're looking for and moving forward. And as we always end these, we're going to say 1, 2, 3, go Cats!